Hello and welcome to yet another edition of the Narrative Off the Cuff with Elite News and Darryl Blair. Well, that time is fast approaching. The inaugural Juneteenth Festival and Celebration takes place June 19th, that's a Saturday, starting William Blair Jr. Park to Fair Park. But before I get into that, let me remind you of a quote by the great C.S. Lewis. He said, "Hardships often prepare people for extraordinary destiny." Hardships often prepare people for extraordinary destiny. I can speak personally from that, about that, as I experience that. Let's talk about legacy. We're talking about legacy. I'm Darryl Blair. But more importantly, I think that you received me because I'm William Blair's son. For whatever you felt or didn't feel about him, you respected him to a degree. And with that, I take on some of the blessings and some of the burdens. But I'm grateful to live in the Blair legacy and the lineage of William Blair. I'm grateful for the pouring in of my older brother, Jordan Blair. Having said that, I'm grateful and overwhelmed by the spirit of my mother, Moselle Jordan Blair. I recognize that my family has a tremendous legacy here in Dallas, and I have a responsibility to conduct myself in that manner. Whether I move on with the newspaper or whether I step away, I still have a responsibility to honor the Blair name. With that in mind, I don't know how you try to be who you are when you don't respect your lineage, your legacy, your DNA, your makeup. It's sad that individuals think that what they're doing is all about them. That they live for them, and that anything that they've done is self-embodied. No, it's not. If your last name is Jones, is Papa Jones done some things to move that legacy along, you honor that. You might not move in that narrative, but you honor that legacy. You didn't make yourself. And as a Blair, I didn't make myself. And as any other Blair in the city of Dallas, we didn't make ourselves. Our opportunity was poured out and the foundation was laid by virtue of my father, William, and my brother Jordan. In closing, let me say, celebrate your legacy. Don't compete with it. I challenge you and anyone who has a legacy to fulfill and live for to not compete with it, but embrace it. Move it forward. One who does not know their history, doomed to repeat it. Take that, run with that, know that. That brings about the beauty of life. That's the wonder of it. And so, that goes back to it. Hardships often prepare people for extraordinary destiny. Been through my hardships, going through some. He's preparing me. Let's move on. Well. I'm going to take the greater part of this time to talk about Juneteenth, June 19th, for you all who get it caught up and think it's June 10th. No, it's June 19th. June 19th is a celebration, like we talk about legacy in life. We are African Americans, and our respect is predicated not only on us being born, but the fact that we're free, that we were free by virtue of the Emancipation Proclamations. We were human beings prior to. But now the respectability comes in because we're no longer enslaved. And with that, I don't understand how one can celebrate July 4th, and I celebrate July 4th, but you got to celebrate Juneteenth, 19th that is. As an African American, this is not necessarily a secular celebration. It's an encompassing celebration. It's an all-inclusive celebration because it frees us up to be respected and be honored, whereby we can respect and honor others. Juneteenth is a wonderful day. It starts out at 10 a.m. at the William Blair Jr. Park with a 3.2-mile march as we proceed through South Dallas into the Fair Park. At noon, it kicks off. The inaugural Juneteenth Festival and Celebration at Fair Park. We got free concert. We got the beauty, health, and wellness component. We have the kids zone. We have the car show. We have food and vendors. We have a number of entities that take place here. But then we have the influencers with the Texas International Hair Show. We're so grateful that we have this opportunity to celebrate and engage one another. Not just celebrate hee hee ha ha, but be engaging. We engage human beings, other races, other cultures. We engage corporations and businesses who operate, who receive our funds. We receive their goods. But we want it to be a mutual respect, that you respect me as a human being and for my finances, and I respect you as a corporation and your product. But we're going to celebrate and engage one another. I want you to be reminded that not only do we have that, but we have the stage opening up with the Dallas Summer Musicals hit deal, Wicked, to play Wicked. We have a litany of local acts, but they're going to get closed out by two acts that's going to blow you away. The local group Intense, and certainly we're going to have it homeboy Link. Link going to bring it on home. He's going to give you the business. That's what he's going to do. I'm grateful for this opportunity. I'm grateful for our sponsors who've come aboard, our mega sponsors who've really taken notice. Look at our board and look at this celebration. We got Bruh Man coming out. He's coming out there to handle that main stage. We got D. Ellis. I mean, you just name it, we got it. We got Fred the Hammer Williamson from 3 the Hard Way, and you know all those other movies that he was a part of. We got the world famous drummer and one of the greats of all time, Harvey Mason, who's coming out. They're coming here for the golf tournament. That golf tournament on that Monday, June 21st, is going to be a shootout. They playing for those rings. Yes, they are. Even after you turn in, you score, the top 4 scores go to play for those spots. They got to play 4-hole playoffs. They got to get about it. But I'm grateful to a woman by the name of LPGA, African-American woman by the name of Gladys Lee. Miss Lee has come aboard and brought 8 women's teams to the table. They're coming out there to play, and they're playing for their own prizes and their own flight. And I'm grateful for Miss Gladys Lee. I thank you for your engagement. I thank you for your inclusiveness, and I thank you for your spirit of operation. And you've even organized us. After 21 years of doing golf tournaments, you've come in and taught me some things that I had no idea of, and you've taught the team. So, Miss Gladys, I want to thank you for your spirit. The Juneteenth tournament, which is going to take place June 21st at the Golf Club of Dallas, we're full. Yeah, we're full. Thank you, Ms. Gladys Lee, and thank you to all of those who circled around, those great corporations, Greenwood Strategic Partners, Verity Mortgage, all of those who leaned in. Raising Cane's, yes, that's absolutely right. Dallas College, oh, thank you so much. Dallas Mavericks, Texas Rangers, we want to thank you all. Kips Texas Academy, thank you so much for coming in there and helping us get this done, helping this community be engaged. But let me encourage you about the festival as we close. The festival has 2 components that you really, really need. One being the COVID vaccine. We have vaccinations out there from ages 12 and up. We have the Pfizer vaccine. We're going to give one or two, the first or the second. Then we have an employment component with Wanalo. They're going to come out there and hire people on the spot for entry-level jobs, starting at $15 to $18 an hour, and getting you a job, getting you employed. So while you come away from being celebrating and engaging, you get the opportunity to be employed. Yes, we're going to do that thing. So, you know, that has to be an area of responsibility with celebration. Know that. As I rush to a close, I want you to be reminded of our sponsors who we're so grateful for. I want to thank you, Brian, over there at 1-800 Old School Lawyer. I want to thank you very much. I want to thank you over at Citywide, Sherman Roberts, who's done a tremendous job. We want to thank you for your essence and your efforts here in our community. We want to take the opportunity to thank Ron Davis and AJ the DJ over at Southern Soul Network, our partners here with Juneteenth Festival. Thank you very much. We want to thank Darryl Carter and Sandy Carter over at CCP Printing. Thank you for all that you're doing with this Juneteenth and just everything that you do with us year-round. I certainly want to thank Teresa Hawthorne, Attorney Teresa Hawthorne, the Honorable Attorney Teresa Hawthorne over at Fox and Hawthorne Law Firm. And I would be remiss if I did not thank my friend Pat Bailey over at the Alzheimer's Black Brain Study. They're going to talk about that out there at the festival. So as we move forward and we get ready to embrace this wonderful, wonderful weekend, you know what I want you to do until the next time? Get it on your mind. God bless and God keep is my prayer. Please recognize that the festival and celebration is more than just celebration. It's an engagement.